Well, welcome, one and all, to Bike Racing Without Mercy on a beautiful, rainy, proper rainy, and actually quite humid here in the Pain Cave Monday morning. And happy Monday bank holiday for those of you in Europe who have Easter to celebrate. Anyway, on the agenda right now, I think it's stage 4. It is stage 4 of Zwift's Tour of Watopia, which comprises the epic KOM, and then I think we go into the jungle, and then I think we kind of drift back home. So, looking forward to taking on the route, and as always, not very slick here. Trainer difficulty is at 100%. Where's it gone, that trainer difficulty at dust? There we go, you see trainer difficulty 100%, and I'm using the same power source inside as out. Here you go, you can see the Favero Asiomas and the Wahoo Kicker for the gradient. Hey Paul, very good morning to you. I hope you had some time off over the long weekend. Hope you weren't on call all weekend. Good to see you. Vidar, very nice to see you. Happy Easter, yes. It's been a proper relief to actually have 4 days away from work. I had even a couple of rides outdoors. Plus, I'll tell you all about the Tour of Flanders Sportive. I should know the name of it. I did, after all, cycle it. The Tour of Flanders Sportive. Boy, oh boy, is that one incredible event. And if you're ever looking to ride a classic event, check out All Things Ride. Maury, who owns All Things Ride, is an incredible host, and he found a hotel for us, more than a hotel. It's really a cycling friendly hotel, you know, proper big rooms for the bikes, all that kind of stuff, good breakfast, tons of carbs, but right on the Koppenberg. So before a work meeting on the Friday afternoon, I was able to check out the Koppenberg, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, was it a shock to the system. The cobbles are absolutely huge, and there was crosswinds and rain. It was a serious classics weekend. I got the full experience. Never have I been so ready for a ride to end. It was 177 kilometres, 2,380 metres of climbing. But boy, do I think, I'd like to do that again. I'd like to do that again. So I reckon I might well do that again. So check out Maury. Well, All Things Ride. It is one incredibly well-priced event and really, really uplifting. You get to see the pro racing on the Sunday. I couldn't do that because we had to get back to work. I was in Berlin on the Monday. Anyway, I'm jabbering on right now, aren't I? I'm properly jabbering on. Hey, Jeremy, very good to see you. Lee, very nice to see you as well. Hope all's good. You had a good break, did you? Nice one, Paul. You're on call throughout the day, though. Oh, dearie me. Well, I hope it's not too tough. Hey, Stephen, I've seen you've had a couple of big rides out recently. Nice one, sir. Good to see you. Anyway, better get to the... there we go, that's it. So I've just warmed up on... There we go, back. There we go. I've just warmed up on the Epic. I did a climb. I think it was about 24, 25 minutes, something like that. It wasn't too strenuous. But what I've been trying to do is build the fitness on tired legs. So on Good Friday, I actually went out on a bike and I did the most boring route in the world. Stephen Pritchard, you'll know this. I went from the St Albans roundabout to the Redbourne roundabout, backwards and forwards. I did 75 kilometres of that, during which I did an hour of power at about 242 watts, just to fatigue the legs, 20 minutes LT1, and then I did my FTP test, and I got 262 watts outdoors with the Faveros for 20 minutes. Well happy with that, and then back into LT1. So trying to get the legs to perform better with fatiguing them. And then yesterday, ahead of today's Zwift race, I went to the Red Hill Cycling Centre to check out Hog Hill. I did about a couple of hours training there, including 40 minutes of anaerobic surges on Hog Hill itself. Hey Ian, very good to see you. Hope Flanders is good. Yeah, I hope Flanders is good. I hope Ireland is good. I'm sure that if it's raining here, the Emerald Isle has got a little bit of precipitation as well. Oh, the caffeine is kicking in, isn't it? The caffeine. I'm high on the caffeine. Hey Phil, morning to you. I'm starting to get a little bit of volume in, sir. A little bit of volume. And I'll tell you what, Phil, you would like the Tour of Flanders Sportive. Maury, All Things Ride, check him out. I mean, I paid for myself. I haven't been sponsored by him or anything like that, but it was only about, I don't know, £600-700, say only. But that was 3 nights in a hotel on the Koppenberg. You got to see all the racing afterwards in town and then at the Koppenberg itself. No, oh my word, it was incredible. Morning Mike, hope you're well, good to see you. Yeah, I did that route. I've done it before. I've done 100 kilometres on that route before, Stephen, about this time last year, ahead of smashing my back up. Hey, Mike, very good morning to you. Lucky 13. Now, lots of cyclists do not like the number 13, but clearly, sir, you are not superstitious. I've got to respect that. You take control of your own destiny. I'm a little bit suspicious, I must admit. No, Phil, there wasn't climbs on the queue because there was afterwards, but basically I was riding with Ruben de Klerk, proper powerhouse. He dragged me around in parts, and we got to the Koppenberg climb and had a good run. So I got up on the Friday for practice, and boy was it a shock to the system. I knew what to expect on the Saturday, in the wind and the rain, and I made it up. And I've got to say, I know this sounds silly because it's only half a kilometre, but it ranks there with my proudest ever since. Only trouble is the Wahoo Bolt crashed. I haven't got any of the data, but I got a few pictures that was taken by the professional photographers. I couldn't even film. It was too dangerous to film. I was having to do everything I could just to control the bicycle. Hey, found. How am I feeling with a Terry's Orange? Do you know what? I do love a Terry's Orange, found, especially if it's kept in the fridge. And who here prefers the core when you get that nice flaky, almost like a flake, because I love a flake as well, core to it? Yes, Alison Jackson. I've met Alison Jackson, I've ridden with her on an SVB event when the Tibco SVB team, before it was EF Education First, used to come over. And wait a second. There we go. Dear me, what a mess I'm making. Here we go. SVB Tibco, there we go. I used to represent, well, and she used to ride for them. Well, she still is riding for them. But Alison Jackson, I mean, amazing. I mean, she has been a pro for some time. And boy, you know, does hard work, passion, a vision, a dream, dedication, and just putting in the hours, riding through the setbacks. Boy, does that, you know, pay off. And full respect to her. Alison Jackson, wowee. Sorry? I won't forget the event. No, I'm in the event. Hey, Yokiman. Yeah, all good, thank you. Oh, I better turn my fans on. Bear me a second. Sorry, I'm not doing very well here. Yeah, the bike. It's very nice of you to say so, fam. The bike handling, I was really pleased with. I mean, on the flats, on the cobbles, it's hard. On the ascents, it's really hard because you are, Phil, to your point, you are dodging in and out of people, including walkers, and the roads are very thin. They're thinner in real life than they look in on TV, and the cobbles are way bigger. And the Koppenberg, trust me, it's a wall when you hit it. So I was well happy to dodge my way around up the Koppenberg. Also, Claremont was real nice, and then Pattenberg at the end, again, dodging in and out. So I was super happy with it. But worst of everything is the little descents that you get in the cobbles. I mean, boy, I was clinging onto my handlebars for dear life, and I think I was pretty much braking throughout it. So how the pros manage to go the speed they go, and on Roubaix, the cobbles are way worse, everybody says. 50 kilometres an hour. I mean, insanity. Proper insanity. Oh, 1 second, sorry. Just got to get my own. But yeah, seriously, I was well happy to get around it. I mean, from about 15 kilometres in, I thought, I ain't going to make this. I'm not going to make this. Not because of the cobble, just because of the wind and the rain. I was really in a negative place in terms of my head. Cheers, Dennis. I'm feeling chipper. I'm hoping for a decent time up the Epic KOM. Yeah, that's all my medals, yeah. That's all of my medals. I've never won anything, but you get medals if you pay to enter a Sportiva or a Gran Fondo, so I'll take those medals. Hey, Chris. Yeah, I was gutted is not the word, because I do like the data. One of the things I like about cycling is a little bit of data, Chris, and flipping hell. Like I say, I was proud. Not once did I walk, and it requires a lot of seated power, like real proper seated power. You'll see some of the pictures I'll put up, but flipping hell. Tony Martin face came in to good effect, but there are times when it's just grind and, you know, accept that if you let off the power at all, you're going to put a foot down. Thank you very much, Kiwi surfer. Hope you're having a good surf. You know, this weekend, or no, last week, no, the weekend's gone. Hey Rob, good to see you. Right, what am I doing here? I've got to get my head in the game. Yeah, so I was gutted. I'm going to see if someone, I'm that gutted, I'm going to see if I can find someone to connect my old Wahoo. This is my new Wahoo bolt that I've been using indoors. I took the old one because I feared it might come off and get broke. Hey James, very good to see you, how are you? And it's now news that James has got a place on the Ineos America's Cup boat, where his cycling skills come into massive play. Full respect to you, James, you're a powerhouse. Now, I didn't get a replacement. I already had this, I just didn't take it, Ian, because, well, I thought there's a risk of things getting damaged. Yeah, it was my data getting damaged. Yeah, James is proper legit. Hey Scott, very good morning to you. All the powerhouses are here. We got Titanium Ben, we got James, and we got Scott of the Brotherhood. Right, come on Philip. Get your head in the game. Verified. Yeehaw, good to see you, thank you very much. You're always so generous. Here we go, I've got to hit the lap button. I'm using the Aciomas, but I just want to time the epic and see my average power up it. Tony Martin face, breathing shoulders. I promise you, it is making a massive difference to my riding. I've got a video, Build Back Better, that's coming shortly. Ooh. Well, tonight I think. And certainly, whenever I'm riding, I am trying to think about how I preserve a more relaxed stance and breathing on the bike. Hey Karim, good morning to you. Morning Marco, nice to see you. I thought I was going to get dropped there. Tony Martin face. Zen riding. It sure does, Rob. It makes a difference. And whenever I feel myself grimacing, I say, Tony Martin face. And sure enough, I get a grip and I get control. Hey Ben, you're riding with us. Good to ride with you. Ben of the Titanium Precious Medals. I warmed up already, Marco, with a climb up the epic. It does, but yesterday in, I did the Red Hill Cycling Centre, laps and laps, including 40 minutes tempo with anaerobic surges on the Hoggenberg climb. I did 11 of them. Averaging about, well, I was going at like 300 watts on the shallow bit into about 500 on the steepest. averaging about 360 to 420 for anywhere from 45 to 55 seconds. I picked my own line. I deliberately found. The only wheel I followed was Rubens, but I wasn't in the draft. I didn't dare get in the draft. It was on the road I would get in the draft, and sometimes I provided the draft, but on the cobbles I just picked my own line and went Tony Martin face, and you have to put a kind of, for me, 3.5 to 4 watts a kilogram down on the flat cobbles, and 4 to about 4.5 on the steeper ones, on the inclines, and Christ knows what on the Koppenberg. Well into the, I guess, 450, 500 seated, proper difficult. So I'm hoping for 260 watts or more up the epic. A little bit harder for the first bit of the climb. Ease off over the bridge and then open up the taps gradually for the rest. G'day Steve, how are you? Yeah, it's a real badge of honour. Cheers Marco, I appreciate that. It did the confidence the world of good. I had a 32 on the back. I think I was 25 millimeters tyres. I didn't really do anything different. Tubeless. Continental GP5000. They did me proud. Compact on the front. Yeah, I mean some people are fitting really big tyres, all of that. No, nothing. No double wrap bars. Hey Steve. I couldn't feel much of it, James. I found it too difficult. My camera stopped working. I didn't want to get the handheld out. Hey Laura, very good morning to you. Right, time for the air. Start a lap. I'm going to ride my pace. Well, thank you, Steve. That's appreciated. I like it. Found. As my heart rate's rising, I can feel the fan getting more vociferous. 265. Yep, I'm close, Luke. Turning my face. Cheers, Marco. Hort route, Crown Montana. The Austrian Rad Marathon, Luke. Morning, Mark. Hey, Nick. Good to see you. Cheers. Hope you're both well. Yeah, that was hard, Nick. It sure is. I'll need the luck, Luke. Thank you. Hey Ollie. Sorry, hey Ol. Yes, later on. I'm building back better. Although getting dropped now. He sure is. I can't keep up with them. No, Troy. Been myself for the last 2 years. Trying to get control of the effort here. Pedaling technique, breathing, shoulders, elbows. Cheers, Dan. Too kind, sir. Hey, Jinx. Hey, up. Hey Gunnar, loving your skiing photos. Hey Jasmine. Well, congratulations. Always a massive achievement. Good to see you. Enjoy the carbohydrates afterwards. Sure is. Beautiful time of year in Norway. Cheers, Ian. Yeah, on the limit here. $2:30? Wowee! Hardcore, Jasmine. Hey, more or less golf. Good to see you. I'm starting to struggle here. Good to see you, Phil. Hope all's well. Nine or 10. Hey, Dizzy. I will. Tony Martin to the max. Hey Pete, good to see you. We'll do in. I use a flat just there. E to the B, 265. Well, congratulations. That's a good increase. A great increase. Or 262. Sixty-four kg. Turn your mind in face. Well, keep at it, sir. It will come off. Give it time. Hey, Michael. I see you with us. Good to see you, sir. Hey, Saracen. Oh, well, thank you. How are you? $267 average watts. Two right in, 100%. Good, thanks, Swift Ace. How you keeping, sir? Work has been proper stressful. Cheers, Dan. Hey, Dominican. Yeah, keeping the recession at bay. Hey Calvin, thank you very much. How are you? Yeah, get on the bike, sir. You won't regret it. Hey Agnes. That was proper hard. How are you, Agnes? God, dear me, that was tough. I wanted to get it sub 22, didn't quite manage it. but happy with the climb and the power. About 270 average in the end, I think. Yeah, the trite's quite funny, isn't it? I've run out actually. I've got no more sugars to hand. Hey Matthias, very good morning to you. Hope you've been having a good Easter. I just literally maxed out at the Epic. Oh dear me. Yeah, that was horrid. I haven't, Ian. Tell us about it when my heart rate comes back to normal. Yeah, that felt good. Hopefully you can see that for 95% of it I was employing the Tony Martin face, and it makes me just stay within myself. Oh dear. That was a hard climb, but I'm happy with that. On tired legs. Friday was a big day. 2-hour ride, 40 minutes, hour of power, 242 watts, low threshold, 20 minutes, lactate threshold 1, there's about 212 watts for recovery. Very good, Scott. Then straight into a 20-minute FTP test, averaging 262, which I'll take as my FTP. No VO2 max in that. That's my anaerobic threshold. The point where I can just about clear the lactate and have elevated but stable heart rate and breathing. And then 20 minutes LT1. Strength session yesterday, including legs. Sorry, strength session on Saturday, including legs. 30 minutes easy on the bike. And then yesterday, as I say, Red Hill Cycling Centre, 2 hours or just under, including 40 minutes tempo with anaerobic surges on the climb. So, no climb to the radio tower, Dominican. Thank crikey. Oh, I'm struggling now. That was hard. No help. Just the jungle. Oh dear, it's hot in here. auto bikes, well that's good. I wouldn't have swapped anyway. Oh dear me. No race suit. Just jersey and bibs. No dog, no pets. Yeah, I like it tight. Oh dear, come on Philip. Oh dear. I'm running low on all my resources. I'd left the water in the Wattbike Pro from a previous training. Cheers for the advice, definitely, Michael. Now I've just got normal water. Right, let's try and pamper myself and do the least possible here in the jungle. We could climb back out of it. Yeah, I had a full fat Coke before I started, and that was my carbs. This is nice though. No barking. Our next door neighbour does have a dog, so it might have been that. I didn't hear it. Yeah, so in early June, I got the Watopia Crown Montana 3-day event, and I got the Austria Rab Marathon in July. Yeah, I mean, even at endurance pace, 185 watts to 200 watts, I'm burning 120 to 140 grams of carbs an hour and just 10 grams of fat. Carbs are king. And the moment you get close, well, to your anaerobic threshold, your FTP, you're burning exclusively carbs. And above it, you're burning carbs from the muscle, anaerobic energy. You've got limited time. Before all that glycogen disappears. It does a bit, I think. 300 watts and the dog performs. Very good guess. Hey Davy Maestro de Sousa. Davy Maestro de Sousa, that's an exotic name, sir. Love it. Oh, this is good. Pampering to the max. We got to climb out of here though. That'll be horrid. Oh, Michael's almost back with us. Nice one, Michael. Yeah, you're going to come through us in a second, I think. Oh, I thought this was going to be a quicker race than this. I always forget the jungle takes forever. Ain't as bad as the cobbles though. I can tell you that much for free. And those of you that did Paris-Roubaix Sportive, wow, and the cobbles are on a different level there. I couldn't contemplate it. Ah, oh, crikey. Trying to make sure I don't get dropped by this group as it comes through me. Of course, it's hard. Yeah, the Camargo. Also lumping around 2 cameras that I didn't use. One of them broke and I couldn't get to my handheld. Not without danger. Oh dear, this is murdering me. I need to get a fan, sorry. Yep, the Conalgo did me proud. More robust than the video. Yeah, about the same tyres, but not as stiff. So yeah, probably more comfortable. I don't think the lightweights, well, I didn't want to put lightweight wheels on the cobbles. Well, I'm struggling here. I sure could. No more, Jane. It won't get to me by the end of this. Into the system. This is proper hard. It sure was, Agnes. Proper hard conditions. Tour of Flanders Sportive. 7 hours riding in the rain and the wind without it stopping. Oh, really struggling here. You sure ain't Flanders? Did you enjoy the racing, Alex? Yeah, boy in the bag in a rain jacket. That is exactly what it was. Cheers, Paul. Oh dear me. That was emotional. It ain't gonna get any easier. I was clinging on for grim death. Oh. I was feeling the same, Steve. The jungle is always proper hard for me. Heart rate's recovering now though. I was averaging about 220 odd watts since the top of the epic. So it weren't an easy half hour just now. Well, 28 minutes. 219 watts right now. Not quite sure where we go now. The finish line can't come quick enough. Oh dear me. I don't know why I'm getting dropped from the super tuck. I wasn't concentrating just there. Oh, I'm absolutely destroyed. Oh, is that right? Didn't realise that. I'm rare to super tuck. Thanks everybody, I appreciate it. Oh. I thought we'd be done by about an hour and 10. It's going to take a bit longer. Well, I had two big days, didn't I, in Friday and yesterday on the bike as well. I've been going as well as I have since early December, to be fair. I think I've underfueled this one. Just 30 grams of carbs, 35 in the Coke. It does. Oh. I'm in quite a dark place. Tony mud in face and shoulders and breathing. That's very interesting. Yeah, because when you go anaerobic, the body's taking the glycogen from the liver and the muscles. Oh. I think around the volcano. Oh dear me. This cannot end quick enough for me. I mean, the heart rate's good, breathing's alright, but mentally, good call, Scott. Disengaged brain and glycogen usage. Hey now, yeah, tricks, they're okay, but struggling. Cheers, Jesse, good advice, mate. Disengaged brain, engaged, Tony Martin face. Too late now, Agnes. But you're absolutely right, I should have had it ages ago. $218 watts for 36 minutes since the epic. Tony Martin face, pedaling technique, breathing, that's all I'm doing. Feeling easy. Lightweight, baby, lightweight. Cheers. Thanks for the heads up, Jesse. Cheers, Michael. Without mercy, for sure. Cheers, Greg. Thank you, Ben. Will do. Yeah, give the stream a like. Thanks, everybody. Cheers, Gunnar. Oh, dear me. Dear me, dear. 1 second, just gonna turn the fans up. Oh, dear me. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you ever so much. That surpassed my expectations. Oh, dear me. Yeah, dark place. and rest indeed. Yeah. Oh, I'm proper happy with that. Thank you everybody ever so much. I mean that climb, I told myself, do a warm-up climb up the epic, and then give it your best efforts up the epic in the actual event, and then see what happens. And I wanted to stay in that group. And Michael Harron, thank you very much. Amazing race, amazing for getting back on. You're about 23 seconds down at the end of the epic, and so you did amazing to get back on. And I think you may have beat me, so congratulations. That's sensational. A nice one, Ben. Yeah, well, this is what I'm trying to do. I mean, because the Hort route is coming, and it's multiple days, over the Easter period, I've tried to, and obviously with Flanders, I did the Tour of Flanders Sport Eve on a Saturday and then had the full Sunday off. A very quick training early in the morning before flying to Berlin. Then I had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. Then Friday, I did I had Tuesday, Wednesday off. Thursday did tempo with surges, I think. And then Friday did that big 2-hour of power followed by FTP test. Sunday, Hog Hill, 40 minutes tempo via 2 max surges, and today this. And so what I've tried to do is like overload the system a little bit, because to Ian's point, I'm going to back off a little bit now as we go back to work, recover, and hopefully I'll get a bit of super compensation. Oh, look at the altitude, look at the altitude. I stopped the training on 666 yesterday. The first officer, are you a first officer in a commercial airliner, sir, or are you first officer in a ship or something like that, a warship? Let me know. I always wanted to be a pilot. I also applied to the Royal Navy and got a job there, but decided I didn't want to be at sea. I know it sounds stupid. Yeah, so that was probably good. Let's have a look at the graph then. 667. The devil is past. Right. Yeah, so that's a nice graph, that. I actually executed on the plan for once. Went hard at the beginning, eased off a little bit on the bridge, and then gradually ramped the power. What do you know? What do you know? Here we go, take a picture of that. Let's have a look at the critical power, see what my 20 minutes was. Oh, come on, Philip. Oh, it was 22 minutes I did, wasn't it? Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Did I get more than 270? 271? Is there 272? Come on. Oh, no. Oh, come on. No. No, it's 271 it is. Close, but not quite. It's come on, 272, come on. Nah, it ain't coming, it ain't coming. Hour of power was good as well. 240 odd. This is proper good power for me, you know. It's like, I feel like, obviously with the crash, I was coming back quite nicely in early December. And then I had the 2 awful chest infections, and the second one was absolutely dreadful. Hey Andy! It's Andy Banks. So I thought it was Andy Bink a second who I was riding with in the Tour of Sport Eve of Flanders. Yeah, so the 2 chest infections, the second one absolutely destroyed me. So basically it's been a rebuild since Tenerife, which you'll see tonight I've used as kind of a base to reassess where my fitness was at and try and build from that. And so in today's video we show a little ride, a Hort route simulation with a mountaintop finish on Masca in Tenerife, but I also show all the training that I've been doing on a very limited time to train and with a lot of stress from work to rebuild the power, kind of culminating, I guess, in this weekend, albeit the video doesn't include yesterday and today's ride for obvious reasons. So hopefully you'll find it interesting, and basically the message of the story is I'm very cognizant of where my physiology is at any given time. The Tony Martin cue helps with that, but I'm always trying to assess what my maximum endurance power is. I'm a lactate threshold 1, you know, with recovering in and around. I've been building from like 200 watts to 205 to 210 to 215 watts in my recoveries. In between like 2x15 or VO2 max surges, this kind of stuff. And I'm resolute. If you've got a limited time to train, I don't do any junk miles, literally. It is all tempo with VO2 max or anaerobic surges, all the recovery LT1, or 2x20, 2x15, all the recovery lactate threshold 1, and then a Zwift race. I take days off the bike rather than do easy rides. I don't go and ride for pleasure or anything like that. I prefer personally the training, the live streams, the filming and the objectives. And on anywhere from as little as, in the height of the stress, 2-3 hours a week of training to as much as 8. It has built very, very good fitness. And that includes the strength work. That isn't all bite. I mean, that'll be about 1.5-2 hours of strength work within that. And I definitely feel that the strength is starting to kind of come back, both in the gym. I've got to 10 chin-ups with a pause. I'm well happy with that. Not deadlifting, just doing single leg deadlifting. And the feel love at face. But yeah, and I believe it's symbiotic. The strength training creates body recomposition. More muscle is more athletic than the same weight but with more body fat. It's good for stabilising whether you're in a fixed seated position or whether you're up and out of the saddle. The muscle matters, especially the glutes and the hamstrings, which are not really attended to with sufficient emphasis on the cycling. And the lactate threshold 1 and the hard efforts and recovering in lactate threshold 1 builds the mental fortitude, but your ability to recover at a good endurance pace, so long as you eat enough. And there, I absolutely hadn't eaten enough. I was right on the limit. Ian Carson, yeah, you're still building at 52 years young. Respect to that, Ian. And you're going to have a great racing season, I'm sure, because you put the effort in. Yeah, I'm a big apologiser. I apologise way too much. You're in the same group. Nice one, Andy. My apologies. I was away with the fairies. Did you beat me, sir? I didn't see if you beat me or not. I saw you. I definitely saw you in front of me on a number of times, but I forgot to call you out to say thank you for dragging me round. I was away with the fairies, as I say. But I promise you, my training methods, they're not complicated. It's proper easy. Most of us haven't got 10, 11, 12 hours, let alone 15 or more to train. We've got all kinds of family, friends, work obligations, this kind of stuff. And I promise you, once you understand your physiology and where your real proper endurance pace lies and where your anaerobic threshold lies, you can kind of ride with a lot more control. And so long as you eat sufficiently, you'll be faster. And for me, that was a question of my lactate threshold 1 is really good, but my anaerobic threshold is typically a lot lower than a standard FTP test would assume, which is why I did my last one on Friday on tired legs after an hour of power. I think I've got quite a good VO2 max and anaerobic capacity up to a point, and it can flatter a 20-minute test even with a 5-minute effort beforehand. But once I started riding to my physiology, I think I'm just in more control. I'm acutely aware the moment I go over, say, 260, there is a cost to that in terms of energy consumption, in terms of just sheer mental fortitude and, you know, energy reserves needing to reset with a good period at lactate threshold 1 or lower. I promise you, I'm sorry I'm rambling now, but better than a cheap saddle, better than an expensive saddle or an upgrade to the bike, if you can get to a proper good lab and get a lab test done, once you've kind of built a really, good standard of fitness, you've gone through all of the sort of first month and a half, 2 months of the build, and you actually then assess exactly where, with a 3-minute ramps every 3 minutes, where your anaerobic threshold roughly lies, and have a guesstimate for the lactate threshold 1, and then do a lactate threshold 1 test, you will ride sportives, grand fondos, group rides outside a massive amount faster, but also you'll have the confidence to recover at a higher pace, because too often I think all the trainings on Zwift and the training programs, they'll have you do your 2 times 15 minutes, and then your recovery is at like low zone 1 or mid zone 1 or something like that. And unless you're on a descent, you don't often get a lot of time to recover at low to mid zone 1. So I think it's a more practical way to train. Your lactate protest, and where is your lactate threshold at the moment, Ian? Do you use the evidence a lot? Or I can't do the epic again, the epic is too much. We ain't going to do the epic again. No epic. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining on this wet and humid Monday morning. I hope everyone has a decent week at work. But really appreciate all of the encouragement and support. I've got a video coming out a little later on today. 225, nice one. That's a great LT1, sir. Great LT1. Because he ain't big. I know you ain't big. You're kind of what? 65, 66, 67, something like that. I know you put on a little bit of weight since your lowest. But anyway, whoever you are, whatever you do, please remember to live, thrive, enjoy the spring, enjoy life, look after each other, stay healthy, and take care. Thank you ever so much. End the stream. Come on, slick, slick.